Welcome in, everybody. It's Main Street Today time. I'm Devin O'Day, and love getting to talk to you. We have the calm before the storm, and I talked to my friend Danielle Breezy, and she's got us prepared. And last night on WKRN, where she is a meteorologist, she shared some information, and I got permission to affect us tomorrow, Thursday, in Middle Tennessee.
Yes, I want to show you what's going on right now. This orange color you see right here for Thursday, that's an enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 5. Doesn't include Williamson County, Rutherford County, all the way down to Lincoln, Franklin, and more, and all the way over to Wayne County. Everybody else is under this yellow color, which is a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5. And what we're expecting, the biggest threat will be definitely heavy rain, which could lead to some flash flooding, as we're expecting 2 to 4 inches of rain when all is said and done. Also damaging winds, and the tornado threat definitely at a medium level in that orange area. So anyone really west of Interstate 24, south of I-40, if you live in that area, that's an area of an enhanced chance of getting a few tornadoes and maybe even a strong one if things play out the way they look like they could. Hail is also a threat, and to make sure you're ready for Thursday, you got to have a safety plan ready to go. You want to go down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Be sure to know where you're going to go if there's a tornado warning. The phone, make sure it's charged and in the on position, and download that WKRN weather app. I'm going to actually step off the screen. If you want to get your cell phone or smartphone out right now and just put in the camera mode like you do at a restaurant when you scan the QR code to get the menu, you can do this right now. It'll take you right to the WKRN weather app, and go ahead and download that. That is free, and it could really save your life. We get watches, warnings, they come directly to your cell phone. This area of low pressure is going to be the culprit, and again, that path of it is key. If it sinks a little farther south, that severe threat may stay in Mississippi, Alabama. If it goes north again, we could get in a bigger chance of seeing severe weather.
Speaking of apps, Main Street Nashville has a brand new app that has our new 5-day-a-week digital e-reader, and you can find out all the news about us. You can go to Main Street Today Radio, which has our audio podcasts that are updated, that you can find and listen to. You can share. That app is free. Go to mainstreetnash.com to find more information, or wherever you get your apps, go to Main Street Nashville and just put that in, and it'll pop up on the App Store, and download it to your phone. That's pretty easy. Well, we're going to kick things off with a really neat story that we're going to start sharing about Pennington Distillery. I was there recently for our Celebrity Spontaneous show. They, they provided an incredible backdrop. And then I got some of that sipping cream. Oh, honey. Friend at Sip and Shop on Thursday nights tells you to initial this. Get you some. We're going to find out. My friend is the news director. She and I graduated. Tammy Arender and I graduated from the same broadcast school, and we both work here. She's the news director at RFD, and we're going to share her story as we get into the interview for Pennington Distillery.
Jeff Pennington of Pennington Distilling Company in Nashville knows nothing about growing corn. So why is he in this cornfield in West Tennessee? Well, he knew he needed it to manufacture Tennessee whiskey.
You know, it's really about the grain and letting the grain do the talking. You know, all bourbon in Tennessee whiskey has to be by law 51% corn. So everybody uses mainly a corn cook in their bourbon and Tennessee whiskey, but it's that other 49%, and where does the corn come from?
That corn is coming from Renfro Farms in Huntington, about 2 hours west of Music City.
We decided to use Tennessee white corn. One is a differentiator. It's got a little bit higher starch, a little bit sweeter corn. So we use that. We use our rye and as much rye and wheat as we can come from Tennessee. As we start to outgrow that, we'll have to probably start looking at other states. But only grain that we really don't get locally is our malted barley.
The agricultural products are transformed into Pennington's signature spirits. They keep their volunteer state roots prominent, from the Davidson Reserve, since Nashville is in Davidson County, to Pickers Vodka, paying homage to the pickers who make Music City hum. They're also famous for their sipping creams. And you may think that once it's bottled and boxed, the relationship with the farmer is over, but it's not.
Distill it, and then take the leftover mash, let's take the alcohol out, and we ship it back to other farmers to feed their cows and pigs and hogs and everything. Everybody but horses. You can't feed it to horses.
The spent grain from the distilling process is picked up and hauled to a farm in Castellan Springs, Tennessee.
cuts feed costs significantly.
You hungry?
Justin Gregory, along with help from his son Farmer, feeds the liquid leftovers to his livestock.
Which right now it's about 80% water, so we have to feed a whole lot of it for them to get the nutrients that they need. But I mean we're getting quite a bit in it, every week.
Well, the bovines can't be the only ones having all the fun. The tasting room at Pennington Distilling is open, allowing customers a true grain-to-glass experience. In Nashville, I'm Tammy Arender for RFD TV.
Love my Tammy Arender, and I love getting to share during Women's History Month the woman behind Pennington. She is here, Jenny Pennington. She is a mom, she is a marketing expert, and she is the female side of everything Pennington Ben. How are you today, Jenny?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
How in the world did you get involved in spirits and distilling spirits? Was this your idea too?
My husband Jeff and I, kind of came up with it together. After we graduated college, we actually worked at liquor distributors here in Nashville. So that was our introduction to the wonderful world of alcohol, creation, sales, marketing, all of those good things. So we had worked at these companies locally for, 6-7 years, and decided we wanted to move on and maybe start our own thing. And around that time, the liquor laws were changing in the state of Tennessee, allowing new distilleries to open. So we thought that this would be a great opportunity to, see if we could get a distiller's permit ourselves. And we were able to, after about 1.5 2 years of paperwork and just tremendous amount of back end work to do it. And we're granted one, and it was, the rest is history. Then we had to figure out what we were going to make.
I'm telling you, but look at some of the things that you have made. I mean, award-winning spirits, PenningtonDistillingCo.com, and you can see all of the awards. If you take a look here, you've got award-winning vodkas, your sipping creams, your Davidson Reserve, award after award, like 40 awards. Your baby company since 2011. That's a baby company for distilling.
Yeah, we're really excited that the brands have all been received so well, especially the whiskey, because as many people watching may know that, you can make whiskey today, but then you put it in a barrel and put it on a shelf, and it has to reach its maturity, which can be anywhere from 4 years, 6 years. Now we've got some whiskey that's, turning 6 years old, which is great. But when you have to wait that long, it's just like your little secret that no one knows about. You can't really build a brand when no one can try it or it's not for sale. So the fact that now it is a finished product, it's, you can go to a liquor store, come by the distillery and pick up a bottle and try it. But to be able to share that and it be received so well has been a real honor to us.
Well, you brought up the barrels, and I know that at my home in Louisiana, my sister's always planting something in a whiskey barrel, but the whiskey barrel is very important, and you guys have a great story about that. We'll share that right now.
Just kidding. Hello, how's it going? Carter Collins here, Master Distiller at Pennington Distilling Company. Today we're going to talk about barrels. It's a question we're commonly asked on tours, and kind of like what's going on in a barrel. Everybody sees them, they see furniture out of them, see whiskey in them, but not really sure what's happening. And this week's a good week to show it. Here at Nashville, we just had 21-degree weather and ice for 7 days. And this week, it changed. Now it's 71 degrees outside. So these barrels, which you can't feel over the camera, are just radiating cold temperatures. Barrels will actually soak up the temperature they're in, and they're better than an igloo cooler. Give it 4 or 5 days, the fluid inside will get very cold, and then you hit warm weather and it'll take time to expand back out. But alcohol expands when it gets hot, and it contracts when it gets cold. So in the barrel, that expansion and contraction causes the alcohol to push out against the wood and then pull back in. And when it pulls back in, it kind of creates a vacuum in here. Barrels, although they don't leak fluid out, they're not airtight. Wood's a porous material and it breathes. So that's why we have the angel share, because some alcohol actually works its way all the way out and evaporates. In the summer, when it gets hot, that alcohol pushes up against the wood, and we can take a stave out of a barrel. And what we're showing is when that alcohol expands, when it gets hot outside, it pushes against the charred inside, and then that alcohol and vapors will push all the way up into this wood. So it's like a ring, kind of like a Boston butt on the smoker. You can see how far the smoke got into the meat. That alcohol pushed up almost over 3/4 of an inch through this board. In Tennessee, we see a lot of penetration in the wood because it's so hot and humid. Kentucky, it's a little cooler. They only penetrate about 1/4 inch up into the wood. So this into the wood when it gets hot, and then when it gets cold outside, it retracts back out of the wood. We had this really cold soak weather that we just had for a week. All this alcohol pulled into the barrel. We're actually just gonna drill a hole in here and pull a sample of this barrel. I believe it's wheat, but once we taste it, we'll know. But Joey, I don't know if you'll get this on camera. You will hear this barrel suck air in because it's almost in a vacuum in here because it is contracted and pulled so hard against the wood right now. So we'll drill a hole. And when I pull this out, you will probably hear it suck in. Just kidding. The barrel's already warming up. That's how we test our barrels. We pull a sample when they turn 2 years old and also when they turn 4 years old. The reason for that is at 2 years old, we can get an idea of where the barrel's going, how the whiskey's aging. We can nose it, see the flavors that we're picking up there. And also, sorry guys, that's really, really good. It's a wonderful barrel. So like I was saying, the 2-year-old barrels, we can see kind of the flavor profile that it's starting to pick up. And the samples from when they turn 4 years old, we can see where it's matured to. Now we allow barrels to age past 4 years old, obviously. Most of the whiskey that's in any of our bottles out there is 5+ years old. And I think our goal to get to is 7 and 8 years old. There's no finite decision on that. It's just, you pick up more and more flavors as things age. When they're 4 years old, we'll kind of designate them. We'll start seeing barrels that may be a single barrel, just a barrel so unique in its own flavor. We'll see barrels that would be good to blend together for a small batch bourbon or a small batch Tennessee whiskey. We'll see barrels that we want to let continue to age. It's just how we identify them. Thank you for looking in here while we pulled a sample out of a barrel and kind of just went over the top level of what's happening with the whiskey with temperature and pushing in and pushing out on the wood and seeing what happens in a barrel stave here. Pulling a sample and having a taste. Wish you could join me here. It's delicious. Matter of fact, you can find us. Just go to our website, PenningtonDistillingCo.com, and you can see where you can pick up some of our products anywhere. Also, tune back in. This is the start of a bunch of fun videos we're going to do, showing you the way around the distillery, how whiskey's made, how things are done, and kind of just let you live in our world for a day. Cheers.
Jenny, I tell you, I didn't know there was so much to distilling not only whiskey, but you also have vodkas. But can we talk about my favorite?
Yes, the Whisper Creek.
Oh, this is peanut butter chocolate, and I'm going to tell you, it is the best dessert drink ever.
Thank you. So Whisper Creek's our first brand that we ever created. It was not the peanut butter chocolate, but it was that one. Yes, that is the original. So that's like our baby product. We just, have very strong tie to it. Learned a lot throughout the process. I mean, bringing our first brand to market from pretty much a thought to a liquor store shelf is there's lots of challenges, but it's super fun. And We absolutely love that brand.
Well, you have incredible things like the flavored vodkas, like the is it blueberry vodka? It's just like you have different flavors, but I know that I think I've got the bottled blueberry.
Yes. So Pickers Vodka is our line of vodka. We have the base, which is just like an original blood orange, pineapple, and blueberry. So on the flavors, we use all real fruit. So we actually get, actual blueberries from Ocean Spray and use those to make the vodka. It's delicious. And if you haven't tried it, I love it with lemonade. It's my favorite. It's delicious.
Where can people go to find out more information about you? I know that you are the CEO. We're talking Women's History Month too. You're the CEO of Speakeasy Marketing. And tell us a little bit about that company and what you do there.
So I started Speakeasy Marketing prior to us starting the distillery. Basically, it's when I was working at the distributor level, I realized that there was a lack of companies in our area that provided tasting services and things like that. I'm sure everyone's been to a wine and spirits retail store or a bar setting or a golf tournament or somewhere, and someone's engaging with you and asking if you'd like to sample something or educating you about a product. So I noticed that we were kind of lacking with companies that provided those services. So about 12 years ago, I started Speakeasy Marketing. So I'm a staffing company basically that provides services for tons of different companies in the industry. So it's not just our brands, tons of beer, wine, and spirits products. And we cover the whole state of Tennessee and conduct a lot of retail store tastings primarily, but special events and things that we're excited to get kicked back off hopefully soon. So,
I love that.
Yeah. So it's great. And I feel like it's a really great way to introduce a lot of people that are starting off in the industry that be getting their, dipping their toe in the water and learning about the alcohol industry, or, members of the Speakeasy team. And it's really fun to help kind of develop their knowledge and help them grow over time. And I've had many people kind of use it as a stepping stone and continue on and work at the distributor level or work for another spirits supplier eventually. So it's a great feeling. We need more women in the alcohol industry.
I was just saying that, and there are a few companies now that are bringing in women distillers, women tasters, and definitely women marketers. I can see your touch on everything there at Pennington. I really can. Well, speaking of staff, let's take a look. There's the staff and they're just fabulous. And take a look at the brands that you can see that are part of the Pennington. You know what? You've got a great story, and I want you to come back and tell us more, because there's some great marketing liaisons that you have in town with Goo Goo Cluster and things like that I would love to talk with you even more. Can we do that again?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh, you have a great day, Jenny. Keep doing what you do. And I'm going to tell you, keep making this peanut butter stuff.
I will. Thanks, Kevin.
It's delish. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Take care.
I love the whole company. They're in downtown Nashville, and pretty soon they'll be open for tours. It's a great place, and they can have special events there too. So if you want to find out more about Pennington Distillery, go do a quick deep dive and follow their videos. They're just fantastic on YouTube. Speaking of things that you need to follow, children. And in the state of Tennessee, there's a big story that came up. And if you have a child that might qualify for free lunch or low-cost lunch, we've got a real quick. Children in Middle Tennessee, the pandemic didn't mean just not going to class and virtually learning. It also meant a lesser access to food. Anyone who's ever worked in a cafeteria knows that many times that dishing up of that food at breakfast or midday might be the only food some of those children get. And during the pandemic, when children didn't go to school, Tennessee stepped in with the Department of Children's Services and all the feeding programs to make sure they had EBT cards that allowed those children to get what they needed during that time of pandemic. The third round of the PEBT cards had been sent out. During the fall semester in Tennessee, 740,000 children qualified for free or reduced lunches prior to the pandemic, and they got $122 each month in an EBT card. This spring, more than 300,000 of those students received those EBT cards. There's a third round of cards coming out, and if you'd like to have more information, check with tn.gov to get more information about the EBT cards. If you have children at home during the summer, there is also the Summer Food Service Program, SFSP, and that provides meals to children during the summer months as well. If you'd like more information, go here. fns.usda.gov/summerfoodrocks is the website. You can text summer meals to 97779 or just call toll free 1-866-348-6479. Summer meals, the pandemic EBT program. Those are things available to you in most states, but especially right here in Tennessee, close to home.
A unique Tennessee getaway on top Mount Eagle Mountain. Authentic foods from time-honored recipes. Vacation cabins featuring jacuzzi tubs, fireplaces, and privacy. Free activities that the whole family will enjoy. See and hear great live music and make it a late night, date night, all-night getaway at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse, Restaurant, Lodge, and Cabins between Nashville and Chattanooga. Come and see us.
Well, that's where I met some of my buddies that are standing by right now. Let's see if we can get us all in here. And Andy is standing by, but he dropped off the screen. Let's see what it looks like. We bring up Andy. I don't see him.
Oh, I don't know if you want to do that.
There he is.
Hey, Devin. What's going on, Devin?
There he is. Here with my Flat River boys. How are you? Flat River Band in a house that I met up at Jim Oliver's Smokehouse.
Yes, we're doing great. How you been?
Fantastic. This is the first time ever we've had a whole band on from wherever they were.
Oh, boy.
And it's you.
Andy is running on that Cheatham County high speed, so.
Well, speaking of Cheatham County, our connection out there, we love our folks in Cheatham County. We have a newspaper out there with Main Street Media. So all of you guys are going to be at a very cool place coming up. But before we do that, I mentioned Jim Oliver Smokehouse. Guess whose birthday it is today?
It's Marla's.
Marla's, isn't it? That's
Marla's
birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I've already
I haven't
texted her,
been on
brothers.
Facebook.
I've already texted her. You guys need to step up.
Our Marla Sitton is having a birthday, and she's the music coordinator there on the mountain, and just about it. Chief cook and bottle washer. That's what she is.
She's a sweetheart.
She is. So I don't know. What would it be like if we try to sing happy birthday? You guys try to sing happy birthday to her on this crazy platform.
We can do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Let's get
I don't think
sing
they'll-
there, little brother.
I've got a delay. My internet's delayed.
I knew that would be so funny. But if anybody would love that birthday, it would be her. Hey, you guys are going to be at a very cool place coming up this weekend. Let's talk about this brand new place. It's in Hickman County. So all you folks who want a destination location where you can go visit and have something good to eat, let's talk about this. Where you going to be?
Three Girls Burgers and Fries. March 27th at 6 p.m. We're looking forward to engrossing some of the fine burgers down in Centerville, Tennessee.
And it's a beautiful place. If you follow them on Facebook, it's brand new, and then you can see they've been doing construction. It's on the square in Centerville. If you haven't ever been to Centerville, you know, it's the former home of Blake Shelton. I know that.
Yeah, a little Miss Minnie Pearl as well.
The Grinder Switch there, the Grinder Switch, Bun and that crew down there does a real good job, a real good show down there. And how did you guys discover it?
Well, when we first moved to town, we met up with the folks there at Kicks 96, and we've actually played down there on the square quite a few times. And I don't know, ever since we moved to town, they've kind of embraced us down there as well at Grinder Switch Hour. Mickey Bunn and those guys down there, they're just fine folks. Fine folks.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I got to play some music from you guys. And since we're on a delay, I'm going to go to the video because every dog does have its day. Yesterday was National Puppy Day. So this is a perfect video to play. Can I play that of y'all's?
Play that thing. We would love it.
If they're gonna run with the big dogs, you gotta get off of the porch. Swallow your pride, forget yourself, get off your high horse. It's the early bird that gets the worm, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what Grandpa told me, sitting on his knees. And then he'd say, hey, hey, every dog has his day. Every dog has a day. My grandpa was a working man, dang near all his life. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's what he said all the time. So my daddy became a working man and taught me just the same. Buried grandpa years ago, but in my heart, I could hear him say, if they're gonna run with the big dogs, you gotta get off of the porch. Swallow your pride, forget yourself, get off your high horse. It's the early bird that gets the worm, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what Grandpa told me, sitting on his knees. And then he'd say, hey, hey, every dog has his day. Every dog has a day. From dusk to dawn, weeks to years, time has marched on. I got married and moved down to Tennessee with a family of my own. With a big old hound and 15 hens and 4 young strapping lads. And I do my best to teach them all about my grandpa and my dad. If they're gonna run with the big dogs, you gotta get off of the porch. Swallow your pride, forget yourself, get off your high horse. It's the early bird that gets the worm, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what Grandpa told me, sitting on his knees. And then he'd say, hey, hey, if they're gonna run with the big dogs, you gotta get off of the porch. Swallow your pride, forget yourself, get off your high horse. It's the early bird, gets the worm, squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what Grandpa told me, sitting on his knees. And then he'd say, hey, hey, every dog has his day. Every dog has a day. Every dog has a day. Oh yeah.
Coming up this weekend, gonna be at Three Girls and Burgers in Hickman County, Centerville, Tennessee, on the square there. And what is the admission cost to see you guys play?
It's actually free.
What does it cost? What?
Yeah,
Free?
It's a free event. You just got to pay for the burger. Pay for the burger.
That is pretty awesome. Now, Danny Joe is usually the one that's got the wisecracks going. Danny Joe, did I interrupt your breakfast?
It's funny you say that because as we started this, my wife walked in with a piece of quiche, and I thought, what's a better time to eat than sharing it with my friends? You know. So, but I stopped. It's
okay. You know what? I'm not going to interrupt your quiche. Go ahead. And how is it?
It's actually a broccoli quiche, which, you know, typically I'm not a big fan of just broccoli and quiche, but it usually gets ham. But this is good.
See, you put cheese in anything, and I mean, you put that in there. Good.
It is good.
See,
it's
that's
great.
the cool thing about virtual. We can do what we do. Andy, now what about you? You're sitting on the porch in Cheatham County?
I'm on the porch. I went to the porch to try to find better signal. I thought about getting in the car and holding my head out the window. I don't know. I'm in the sticks back here. I got a cup of coffee.
There you go. That's what we do. How long have you guys been playing music together? I mean, you were born into it, weren't you?
We were. We had the family band. We played for many years with the grandma and grandpa and mom and dad. And we've done 14, 15 albums together as a family band. And as far as I'm concerned, we'll be making records and albums till they put us in the grave. So as the brothers. So we're excited about the musical journey. It's a blessing. It really is.
I got to ask you, how did your chicken coop? I know you were expanding your chicken coop. We saw some of the chicken coop in that last video. How's the chicken coop coming?
The chicken coop is coming along. I'll be honest with you. The older I get, though, the hard labor like that, it really works on me. I'm not as young as I once was, but yeah, we extended it, and we've actually got 20 baby chicks in the basement right now. So we've got 35 laying hens, and we've got two roosters, and we got 20 other chicks we're adding to the fold. So we're looking forward to that. We're averaging about 24 eggs a day.
I have 4 roosters.
So that's a big
I have
blessing.
4 roosters.
Yeah.
My 4 roosters provide a challenge.
I know. I've seen your post yesterday.
Welding gloves. You know
seen
what?
that.
I bought...
That's awesome.
Hey, Andy, how's the now Andy works in insurance, and y'all are barbers. You guys, the family trade is barbering, right?
Well, yeah,
that is the family trait, but I didn't pick that up. I let Chad. I let him cut my hair every once in a while. Of course.
What about you, Danny Joe? You keep the family business.
I'm in the insurance world too, so I do have Chad cut this here. So
hey,
he pulled the Peaky Blinder on it.
High up, baby.
He got to know.
Well, I had an idea what you guys. There you go. Well, you guys, I'm going to close with a song live on the stage at Jim Oliver Smokehouse, because you guys are there a lot. When's your next date up at the Jim Oliver Smokehouse? Do you know?
No, it's actually because we've been kind of trying to get all 3 of us on the same page. I'm playing up there by myself May 14th at the Smokehouse. And our next gig is April 17th at Bold Patriot Brewing Company on 39th Avenue. So that's kind of what's happening in the future for us.
And just for the record, Devin, the record, I can't get these guys on my page. Okay, they're on the wrong page. I was going to throw that out there.
Okay, Andy, you guys not only are you great musically, the harmonies are incredible, are darn funny to watch, your stories and how you all are. So I'm going to let you guys get on with your day, but we're going to close our show with you guys live with a happy birthday to Marla and our friends at Jim Oliver. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Devin.
We're going to close out with be safe, be kind, and remember, you are loved.
A song about the old 64 Chevy too. My brothers and I would sneak out of the house late at night and we drive that thing. Before we were 16. 16, you knew he's in a small town when you drive and you didn't have your driving license. We were real cool. Real cool. Every head turn, she's in town. To say the least, she's about to find. Oh yeah, she's my baby. She's as high as the summer breeze. Yeah, someone else, she's with me. Oh yeah, she's my baby. She's my baby. Yeah. She's turned on, I get the chills. Watch her move is quite a thrill. Gotta be with the guys and that's alright. I know it's coming home with you each night. No matter what you say, no matter what you do. Tell you, 64 Chevy too. Well, and I'll be way about you, walking on this road, singing the blues, oh yeah. Thank you, baby. The police know we're in town. They try their best to track us down. Oh yeah. Thank you, baby. She's turned on. I get the chill. Watch her move is quite the thrill. She's got away with the guys and that's alright. I know she's coming home with me each night. No matter what you say, no matter what you do. So tell me, 64 Chevy too. Yeah, just get me tired for Friday night. Yeah, don't you know friends when the time shows right. I'm on in. Oh, I'm taking on the full spin. With that sexy grin. The music can rock her world. She's turned on, I get the chill. Watch her move is quite a thrill. She's got away with the guys and that's alright. I know it's coming home with me each night. No matter what you say, no matter what you do.